Hello and welcome to the Working From Home edition of Sea of Thieves News. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone out there in the front line who's keeping us safe and keeping the world going. But while we're all at home, we've got a boatload of new content coming your way. First up, Joe Neat gives us a lowdown on all the latest news from the game. Shelley Preston gives us our first look at some new features coming to the next chapter of the arena. And Hitbotc gives us an in-depth look at the new Revive feature. Well, we've got a lot to cover, so let's get started.
Hey everyone, Joe Neat here with another update from my house. A different place now because we tried the garden, but it was a bit windy. So we're up here, and you get to see my office. So I wanted to talk a little bit about working from home, and I talked a little bit about this in a post I made on the Sea of Thieves website last week. But I wanted to kind of reiterate here. You know, we've obviously made the change to working from home, and we're lucky that we get to work in a job that we can do that. The kind of key thing that we've been focused on is just our employees, the health, the well-being, and making sure that everybody kind of goes through this shift as in the best place that they can be. It does affect our kind of productivity a little bit, and if we do need to make changes, we'll communicate them out in the same way that we did just with the kind of shift around the April date and things. And leading kind of on from that, the Steam release that we announced recently, really excited about coming to Steam. We've seen a lot of good kind of sentiment, excitement about that. But we purposely didn't announce a date because obviously we were going through this change to working from home, and we really just didn't want to put undue pressure on our team. So it was about like, let's get the announce out there, let's let the team work through and get everything in place so that we're ready to ship. And at that point, that's when we'll announce what date we're going to be releasing. So ahead of next week's Ships of Fortune update, I wanted to talk about a few of the kind of cool quality of life improvements that we're bringing to the game. And so something that maybe is a bit bigger than a quality of life, but something we're really passionate about is reviving. So this is something we had really early on in the original Unity prototype that some of you may have seen screenshots or videos from in some of our behind the scenes stuff. And we always just loved the extra social dynamics that this brings to Sea of Thieves. And we're really excited to bring this into the sandbox and to kind of just see how this, again, just adds more stories and more opportunities for these really cool social dynamics to play out. So another thing that we were really passionate about is actually with our tool tales that we've been putting in, that everyone who's played them has had a great time, but they're not very discoverable, especially for new players. So we're actually adding an option that's called Show Tool Tales on Map, which allows the ship's map itself in your ship that you can go look at to display the markers. This will show the starting locations for tool tales and whether your crew is eligible to embark upon them. So really just trying to surface some of the cool content that's already there for people to go and experience. And finally, just talking a little bit about the situation, you know, we find ourselves in again. Like, if you can, stay home, stay safe, keep others safe. And if you're working in the health sector or you're in any way kind of helping to combat this pandemic, or you're just working in a role that supports people and gets people through this, like, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. It means so much to everyone. And, you know, just like keep doing what you're doing, and we'll get through this together. So as always, I'll see you on the seas. Cheers.
As part of the Arena The Next Chapter, one of the changes that we're bringing in is a penalty for quitting. DeMarco obviously considers it very unsporting for you to quit contests, so if you quit too many times in too short a window, you will actually have a bar from the arena, so you won't be able to play for a certain amount of time. And we hope that this means that the experience is just more consistently competitive for everybody involved. So crew status is a new system that's going to be entirely optional that players can turn on, and when you turn it on, you'll be able to see the gamer tags of everybody on your crew from a much further distance and through obstacles. You can also see a little bit of information about what they're doing as well, so if they're performing key activities like carrying the treasure chest, or if they're taking damage from a skeleton or another player, you'll be able to actually see that in a small icon. So if you opt into seeing crew status, then no matter where your crew are or what they're doing, you're going to be able to see that information and be able to support them. So these changes are designed to make both Arena and Adventure a better play experience for everyone, and we look forward to you being able to get your hands on them in the next content update.
Ahoy, you scurvy dogs. It's the Cursed Captain here, and I'm excited to introduce to you the new Revive system for the Sea of Thieves. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. First and foremost, here's what you need to know. When you die, you no longer go directly to the ferryman. Instead, you now have the opportunity to be revived by one of your crewmates. However, the clock is ticking. In adventure mode, you will have 15 seconds to get to your crewmate before they are sent to the ferryman. But if your crewmate does make it to you in time, they are now prompted with the option to revive you, which will take a total of 4 seconds, giving you 25% of your health back and getting you back into the action. A quick note here, in Arena mode, you will have around 10 seconds longer to revive. For all you scallywags that like to form alliances, you're going to love this feature as you will now be able to revive other crews in your alliance. But I know a lot of you out there are wondering, what does this mean for solo sloopers? Well, I have some good news for you. Time on the ferry has been reduced by a few seconds, resulting in you getting back into the action faster. Also, with this new system, if you are up against 2 pirates and one of them goes down and then they try to revive, you now have the opportunity for an easy kill. So when you greet them in the back with a flintlock, make sure to rub it in their faces with a victory dance while they watch. This new system is an absolute game changer and will strengthen the bond that you have with your crew. For a more in-depth video on this system, make sure to check out my channel or click the link in the description of this video.
Thank you very much for watching. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news, then like, subscribe, and click that little ship's bell for all those notifications. Cheers.